Hi everyone, this is Emre Yavuz. I'm Manager of Advanced Analytics and Customer Data Management Department at Turkish Airlines. And my presentation today is entitled as Transformation from Passenger to Customer, Tackling Customer Unification Problems in Airlines. I would like to start with a quote of Peter Drucker. He says that the aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well the product or service fits him and sells itself. So we know that the customer lies at the heart of the marketing. As a company, you should know your products and services. And along with that, you should know your customers well so that you know the perfect fit between these customers and the products. Therefore, any company, any industry who cannot identify their customers are going to be struck at some level. So that in order to tackle this problem, they need to identify and unify their customers. So what's the situation in airlines while we intend to define the customers? You know that all of the airlines declare their annual reports in terms of passengers. Like in 2020, 2019, this number of million of passengers have flown with us. This is not separated in terms of real identified people. Also for different legs, different connecting flights, these are counted separately. That means you can fly 20 times with, let's say, each 4 legs in each flight. You have 80 different records in our systems, and we defined you as 80 different passengers, but that's not the case. You reside only as transactions in this point of view. And also, since you leave traces in various systems, like you make reservations, you make ticketings, you make check-ins. Whenever you lose a baggage, you claim lost baggage cases. And there's no linkage between these various transactions in the systems. And since, like it's also in the retail industry, there's no subscription. There may be some loyalty cases, there are some loyalty profiles, but after this project, we found out that a huge portion of number of passengers are actually without any subscription, without any loyalty profiles. So based on these facts, you cannot define the passengers, you cannot analyze it, and you cannot segment it so that you cannot make personalized offers to these passengers. So you need a paradigm shift. You need to switch from passenger to customer, which means you're going to have one profile for the same passengers. That means you're not a passenger who has 80 different flights. You don't have 80 different records. You are one profile, one customer, and who has multiple transactions like this, 80 flights, 100 check-ins, etc. With the help of this transition, you can also create profiles even without subscription, even without loyalty profiles. And with the help of these customers, you can create campaigns, offers, and services personalized for this specific customers. So in order to leverage this customer information, you are going to have Customer 360 application, which is going to have the Customer 360 view, which is available for customer-facing units in our existing organization. You can start managing your campaigns. You can do multi-channel marketing based on these personalized offers, you can run your analytical models based on this data. And with the help of these analytical models, you can also personalize offers. And also your contact center and loyalty application also feeds this contact information, this customer information, and they're also being fed back from these systems. So at the center of each applications, you need to have a customer data management layer, which have centralized customer database that contains profiles, and along with that, there are transactions associated with it. Also, you have these data warehouses, data marts. You can derive reports and do your analytics, advanced analytics models based on this data. But whenever you start a project like that, a question pops up immediately. Who is our customer? So in our case, in an airline, various departments may have various thoughts, like a customer is someone who just makes a reservation. That should be enough. One other can say that a customer should fly with you. Another ones can say that, okay, just a loyalty profile without any transaction can be our customer as well. So this is one of the problematic areas when you start such a project. And I'm also going to mention this again in the further slides. So when we designed this process, of course, this should be executed step by step. First, we should define our source systems. We were already knowing that we had profile-based systems like Miles and Smiles, Anadolu Jet, which are loyalty systems. Also for corporate customers, we have Corporate Club. But there's another set of data resources which we can also derive profiles from, which are ticketing, reservation, check-in, web, etc. So these source systems are planned to feed our master data management system, which we are creating profiles. And then also these transactions also are fed to our ODS system, which only keeps the transactions. After these profiles are created or updated, then these transactions are matched with these profiles so that we can have a full view of our customer, including both their profile information and their transactional informations. And they're both fed to our data warehouse. With this data warehouse, we are now able to see our customers' information, both profile and transactional informations in our Customer 360 application. Also, our contact center and loyalty applications are now able to use the data that is extracted from these systems. When the data is ready in data warehouses through processing at various stages, they're now available for BI reporting, customer analytics, our campaign management, and conducting some surveys. And with the help of multi-channel marketing, we are now having more satisfied customers. And we are now serving more personalized offers to these customers. So when we speak about major challenges, we can categorize it under 3 bullets. First one is data conversion. As you all are aware that PNR records are not customer-based. When you book a ticket, book a reservation with a couple of your friends or family, you have separate tickets, but you have just single PNR. So a major challenge in this topic was to separate this customer information within this PNR records. Extracting profile information from these PNRs has heavy workload, and due to the huge number of records, we are processing a lot of records, and this was actually a problem. If you don't identify it at the beginning, that is going to create infrastructure constraints, which is going to impact future performance of your system. The second bullet is about data quality. Most records in our systems are created by agencies. And since these agencies don't tend to give much importance about data quality, contact identification or travel documents are mostly junk data or having the same agency data that we needed to cleanse it through our processes. That means they can be rejected to enter into our MDM system. And also lastly, since this data does not have a quality, we also lack enough unique identifiers from these records to match our customers. Lastly, we have a lot of cleansing and validation processes. We incorporated a lot of rule-based cleansing, blacklist and regular expressions. We do have many country-specific rules incorporated in our product. We have a lot of validation mechanisms. For example, for Turkish national identity numbers, we do have check digits, and also we do have phone verification systems. Lastly, probably this is a problem in many of the industries. You need to comply with GDPR so that you cannot process personal data unless customers have given your consent. So when we step into a little bit detail of this high-level data flow diagram of MDM, we can categorize it under 3 layers. First one, we can define it as source to sift layer. We have file-based and database-based sources. We do process these data in ETL extraction processes. We also do some kind of validation via our ESP system. And when we do these cleansing processes, validation processes, we eliminate a couple of records, and we only extract the records that have this profile information, and we export it into a database layer, which we call it SIF database. And then after this database is populated with data, a post-SIF process generates MDM input XML files to enable this MDM batch processor consume these records. And with the help of these business rules defined in this MDM, our services run and they create or update, which means enrich our profiles. Our DSUI application is also connected with this MDM product, which our data stewards are able to look and navigate and do some data stewardship operations. And also there resides a probabilistic matching engine, which works after these profiles are created or updated. And it marks the profiles as suspect or not suspect, so that it can fall into this DSUI application. The data stewards can have a look and decide about these suspicious records. Of course, whenever this data is populated, it is ready. It is exported into an MDM database, which is then available for extracting this information to our data warehouse, ODS layer for transaction matching. And also, we do gather and provide data to loyalty and contact center applications via real-time interfaces over ESP. So coming back to MDM implementation details and the results, we are using MDM for account and profile unification. With the help of this project, we were able to increase our customers by 300%, which means our customer numbers were only loyalty profiles, and it has been quadrupled over time with the help of this project. As a method, we use physical MDM method, which means all of the source data are replicated. For the customer matching process, we use both deterministic and probabilistic matching algorithms. And it helps a lot, actually. And I'm going to also have a talk about it in a future slide. We are processing now up to 1 million records each day. And with the help of the improvements, we are incorporating new data sources, new cleansing rules, and enhancing PME probabilistic matching engine criteria. So as a future step, we're thinking of machine learning assisted profile matching. It's mainly going to be used for the suspect profiles that I mentioned, which are labeled after PME process. So we're planning to decrease the burden on our data stewardships with the help of this project. And also, it is also crucial that you need to create a digital twin of the profile. You only have the customer transactions in place right now, but our customers are now also leaving a lot of traces in our websites, or our mobile applications. We're also intending to incorporate it as a digital twin of the current profiles. And also we are planning to downstream this profile informations via Kafka or etc. tools in real time to the demanding units. So after this project, what we gained, we now have our customer database. We know our customers, we know our history and their interests. And one platform with all customer interactions, the profiles and transactions reside in one system to provide other systems. We do have personalized marketing offers, and we improve customer experience along with this integrated customer data, channel and service application improvements as well. So what were the challenges? We dealt with sparse data a lot, driving this profile informations from these transactional systems, since they don't explicitly have this customer identification, customer information. We spend a lot of time in extracting these information. Getting data clean in source systems really helps a lot in this process. That was a major challenge for us. So the performance, since we extract profile informations with a lot of operations from various source systems, we do have heavy data operations regarding deterministic and probabilistic matching. Analysis of all source data beforehand is crucial so that you can scale your system and you can do the right sizing before starting this project. Lastly, you complete a project, you now have your data, but this change management is also very critical. You need to align all business units for a huge change, because they should start thinking about our customers, not about passengers. This is a paradigm shift. And also sponsorship is very critical, as well as intercompany communication, because you can conduct a project, but the company should be aware of this. So when you try to do these kinds of projects, also you should start the communication plan even before it's finished. So lastly, our lessons learned slide. I want to mention a couple of issues that can provide guidance for any of the companies who might adopt MDM for these processes. You need to examine your data very well beforehand, because inadequate data profiling leads problems in project plan and infra-sizing in the future. We experienced it a lot, actually. So you need to spend a real good amount of time for data profiling. Even it seems long in the beginning, you are going to get the benefits of it in the future. So, as I mentioned, we do have a lot of data cleansing processes in our systems, and it causes a lot of operations. Do the data cleansing on source systems if possible. That is going to be our suggestions to anyone. We do also try to do it on source systems, but due to the nature of the systems, that may not be possible in all cases. But the better it should be cleansed in source systems. You should also have a data governance mechanism throughout the company, and you should have a well-defined and agreed definition of customer before starting this journey, because it can distract your focus in the future, and also affect the success of the project. So an agreed and accepted single customer definition is crucial for these kinds of projects. Do not have an aggressive plan for rollout. MDM is a long journey, and maturity takes time. So we also talk with other companies who are adopting these MDM systems, and we saw companies that is running these kinds of projects for 20 years or more. So that way we learn that this is some kind of never-ending journey. So you should not be in a rush, because there's always room for improvement. An experienced and qualified solution architect is a major key for success in these kinds of projects. And lastly, what we experienced is you should try to minimize probabilistic matching load as much as possible, and you should focus on deterministic matching. As an output of probabilistic matching engine, you can have a suspect records which can result in numbers that you cannot manage. So therefore, a good focus and multiple workshops on this deterministic matching is going to really help you a lot by decreasing the load on probabilistic matching. So I would like to thank you. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.